Hi, my name is Dika, and this practice is going to be a yummy full body stretch. Perfect to do first thing in the morning. You can still even do this when you're in bed or doing it on a yoga mat. And it's designed to basically wake up like a lazy cat would, instead of the tendency we have is to wake up like a machine. So instead of waking up like a machine and straight away snapping into action mode, thinking mode, doing mode, the intention with this practice is to wake up like a lazy cat and to really connect to this yummy, open, connected space within. So it's really perfect to activate your more feminine, sensuous energy first thing in the morning. Okay, 1 bell marks the start and 3 bells mark the end of this practice. And we're going to start off lying down. So you can come to lie down. And then while you're doing so, you can place your hands resting somewhere on your body, wherever that feels most comfortable. And through that touch, you can say thank you to yourself. Thank you for showing up to connect to your body. Let's begin. Okay, so we're lying down, and I want you to open your legs and your arms as wide as you can. So try to take up as much space as you have, either in your bed or on your mat. So arms wide, legs wide, taking up that space. And with that, you're in a way communicating and practicing that it's okay and that you're allowed, that you're worthy of taking up space in your life, in your day. So allowing yourself to take up that space. And then with the in-breath, we're going to breathe in, fill up the lungs, and stretch out wide. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And on the out-breath, you're bringing your legs, your arms all the way in, and you're becoming like a tiny ball, giving yourself a loving hug and a loving squeeze. So inhale, you're opening wide, take up space, stretch out, lengthen up. And exhale, bringing it all in, becoming like a tiny ball, giving your love a loving squeeze, a hug. And again, deep breath in. Lengthen out, stretch out, take up space, and exhale, bringing it all in, hugging yourself, tiny ball, loving hug. And we're going to do that one more time. Deep breath in. Lengthen, stretch out. Deep breath out. Bringing it all in, giving yourself this loving hug, this loving squeeze. And then from here, just resting your back, your head on the surface that you're lying on, placing your hands on your knees, and we're just going to play with opening of the hips. So starting to move your legs in circles. And so we're bringing in some movement into the hips. And you can also move them forwards, backwards, your knees, like as if you're bicycling, cycling. And then from here, also just feel free to sort of play and explore around, maybe moving one leg differently than the other. And so we're awakening our hips, creating a bit of a stretch here. And if you like, you can maybe even grab your feet or your ankles and exploring just different ways to stretch your hips, maybe rocking a little bit from left to right. And so the intention here is to just sort of play and bring this curiosity to your movement, to your body. And if you like, you might want to come into a bit of a happy baby. So maybe grabbing the outside of your feet, elbows on the inside, so that you can create even a bit of a deeper stretch in your hips. And maybe rocking from left to right. Maybe stretching out one leg, stretching out the other, creating a bit of a hamstring stretch. And if you cannot grab the outside of the feet, you can grab your ankles, your shins, your calves. Amazing. Last few moments here. Amazing. And then from here, knees back into your chest, and we're going to come into a little twist, letting your knees drop to one side. And then from there, again, just playing around with the position of the knees, maybe more up, maybe more down. It will target different areas of your spine. And think about keeping your chest open, so shoulders grounded as much as possible. And then just adding maybe some sound while you stretch. Maybe there's some arm movement. But think about here really being like a lazy cat that just moves and stretches and just enjoys life itself, the moment, just waking up out of a lazy slumber. So moving maybe one leg, stretching out the other. And again, just exploring your body, exploring movement, really thinking, okay, what would a lazy cat do? And extra bonus points if you add a bit of sound. Amazing. And then slowly coming back to the center. So knees back in, gentle hug. And then dropping the knees towards the other side. And also here, exploring this twist, this stretching of your spine by maybe moving the knees up higher or knees lower. And it will target different areas of your spine. And maybe playing with one leg folded over or the other. And think about keeping your chest open. And then from there, just explore. Explore stretching out, moving like a lazy cat that is enjoying its life. Shamelessly taking up space. Amazing. One more breath here. And then slowly coming back towards the center. Giving yourself a gentle squeeze one more time. And then from here, we're going to rock up. So maybe you want to just like roll up and down a few times, massaging out your spine, creating a bit of playfulness, like wee-oo. And then coming to a seated position. And then from here, we're going to have one leg stretched out to the side. The other one is bend in. Placing that sole of the foot closer towards that inner thigh. And initially here, we're going to turn our body towards that stretched out leg. And I want you to think about connecting to that leg and stretching out the hamstring. So you want to maybe fold forwards. Maybe you can hold the foot, tickle the toes, or massage your foot. And also you want to explore moving your upper body more left, more right, and seeing what happens. So stretching out that entire back line, And you can also explore some movement of the ankle, pointing, flexing the foot. Beautiful. And then from here, coming back towards the center, we're going to stretch to the side. So hand next to you towards on the side of that bended leg, stretching out, stretching away from that leg, and creating a stretch on the side of the body. So big side body stretch. Amazing. And coming back to the center. And then from here, I'm not sure if you've ever seen cats. They tend to have this ability to just put a leg almost in their neck or all the way up, and they're just shamelessly folding themselves like that. So that's what we're going to explore and play with. So now we're placing our arm down. So we're coming to rest on our forearm. And then from here, we're going to have that stretched out leg. We're going to bend it in. Maybe you want to grab an ankle or somewhere else. And we're going to see if we can sort of stretch it out, stretch it all the way up. And so from here, just exploring, moving that leg maybe up and down, maybe higher up. Maybe bending and seeing what happens when you move it forwards or backwards. It can be very nice to sort of grab the ankle and coming a bit into this bow pose variation. But really think about just playing around, being like a cat that just lifts its leg up as if it's no biggie. Amazing. And then coming back to sitting, pressing yourself back up. And we're going to do the same flow on the other side. So the other leg is now stretched out, bending in the opposite leg. And initially turning towards that leg, facing it, creating this hamstring stretch by folding forwards. Maybe you can reach for the foot, tickle your toes, or otherwise just connecting can be very nice also through touch, feeling your body. Beautiful. And again, also here you can explore moving the foot, pointing, flexing to create some movement into that ankle. And then coming back up to sitting, placing your hand next to you to the side of that bended leg, that knee that's bent. We're going to come into a side stretch, so reaching over, away from that stretched out leg, creating a side stretch. Amazing, reaching out and coming all the way back up. And then from here, we're going to place that arm now all the way down, coming onto the forearm, moving to the side of our bum. And then from here, we're going to lift that stretched out leg up into the sky like a cat. Only a cat can do, and maybe we can try to resemble that. And playing around here. Maybe you want to lift it up and down a few times. Maybe bend that knee, grabbing the ankle. A little bow pose variation, stretching out that hip flexor, front of the hip. And besides that, just a little bit of free flow play here. Exploring your own cat vibes, stretching and waking up your body. Beautiful. And then coming back to the center. Lastly, just a few rotations here of the neck, of your shoulders. And taking a gentle breath in and sigh it out. And so we're doing sort of half moon or full rotations of the neck, just exploring a little bit of free flow movement, rolling out the shoulders. And then we're going to finish off here with one more breath. And using that exhale to sigh out, maybe with a sound and a little shimmy and a shake. Deep breath in. Exhale, sigh it out, let it go. Beautiful. Okay. Coming to sit in stillness for a moment. Placing your hands again, resting somewhere intuitively on your body. And just sensing what's alive in your body right now. And so these 3 bells mark the end of this playful full body stretch. Thank you. And if you feel inspired to cultivate more of this playfulness, of this aliveness, if you're noticing that maybe your life got really heady, really serious, really stuck and stagnated, then I'd love to invite you to check out my free 5-day feminine embodied morning routine, where for 5 days you're going to be receiving a guided practice that I recommend you practice first thing in the morning, which is specifically designed to get you out of your head, deeply connected to your body, and that activates more of this feminine, alive energy in your system so that you can start your day off from that space. So go check that out. All the information can be found in the description down below. And don't forget to subscribe, to like this video, and if you practice with me, let me know in the comments. I really love hearing with you. I love connecting with you, and I hope to see you in the next one.